This is Paul Hesselschwert, President of Global Partners. Anyone involved in global business today appreciates that working with strategic accounts has become increasingly complex and challenging. Large customers, for example, want their suppliers to provide a single point of contact, global pricing, and flawless delivery of products and services everywhere in the world. And at the same time, they expect their key suppliers to act as partners, advising and supporting them in everything from logistics to product development. But customers also demand that key suppliers offer competitive prices, free service, and other giveaways just to retain their status as preferred supplier. So if you're the director of strategic accounts or an account manager yourself, no doubt you have asked yourself this question: are you winning the business you should at your strategic accounts? For many organizations, the answer would be no. Research has shown that in the past 10 years, more than 70% of the companies who have put in place a strategic account management system have achieved results that were less than what they expected. In fact, they experienced less than a 26% improvement in sales. Some of the reasons are flaws in the SAM program itself. For example, too much emphasis on completing the planned forms and not enough on the actual execution, or programs that focus mostly on local customer organizations and miss the bigger global opportunities, or organizational silos prevent the seamless execution of the plan. But in our experience, there are two major shifts that are creating both challenges and significant opportunities for companies who are desperately trying to win the business they should at their strategic accounts. One shift is coming from the customer. That's the challenge. But the other shift is coming from the supplier, and that's where suppliers have a significant opportunity. Let's look at the customer shift first. Companies go through more or less the same process when making a major buying decision. They start with an assessment phase where they determine their needs. They move to a concept stage where they decide how they should address the needs and which suppliers could help them. And finally, they shop around to a short list of potential suppliers to get the best deal. And of course, the best time to influence the customer to select you is as early in their decision process as possible. Now, in the past, customers worked with suppliers in these early stages to get their input and help in determining how to meet their needs, address their problems, and so forth. But this has changed. Research from the Corporate Executive Board indicates that 60% of this early stage due diligence is now done by the customer alone, without the help or input from suppliers, which means that the opportunity for the supplier to influence the customer early in this process has almost entirely disappeared. In effect, for many suppliers, their biggest competitor may very well be their customer. The good news is that for those suppliers who can get into the 60% zone, the opportunity to influence the customer is even greater than before. So how do some companies get into the 60% zone? Let's take a look. Suppliers that work with their customers in these early stages are viewed by their customers as trusted business partners. Their customers see them as members of their own team. They continuously add value for their customers by helping them to address their major challenges and opportunities. And in order to do this, trusted business partners use a process that we call strategic account alignment to do three things. They align information, knowledge, and insights. They align people, and they align strategies and actions. Here's how they do it. Think about all the information, knowledge, and insights about your strategic accounts that exist somewhere within your organization. How much of it is in the heads of your people who interact with and touch the customer every day? Unfortunately, most of that information is scattered. It's dispersed among all of the individuals and their local groups. Now, imagine if you could collect, organize, and systematically align all of this knowledge and use it to provide unique insights for your customer, or use it to better understand the challenges your customer was facing and how you could help them address them. Most importantly, this information is critical to enable you to engage with your customer very early in their thinking and decision making, because you understand what's happening with your customer, sometimes even better than he does. We call this part of the strategic account alignment process systematic sense-making. The second alignment opportunity involves the alignment of people. In many organizations, communication between the various groups that interact with the customer is limited. People tend to work in silos. The local delivery team, for example, focuses on local delivery. The global account manager, on the other hand, may be interacting with his customer contacts in different countries, but rarely does he get down to the level of people who are interacting with the customer on a day-to-day basis. One global account manager we worked with told us that he realized through the account alignment process that each person who interacted with a part of the customer organization had been reacting to the demands from the customer with no common understanding of what was needed across the customer's global business. As a result of the global alignment process, people were able to understand both the big picture of the customer and the local day-to-day situation, and they could then align behind a common vision of the customer. And here's the third factor. In many organizations, developing the strategies for the account is done almost entirely by the strategic account manager and a limited number of team members. As a result, in the field, the strategy seems to be imposed, and if the strategy is not well aligned with what is really going on in the field, there's no buy-in. The strategy is ignored and execution simply fades away. But in a strategic account alignment process, the strategy and the actions are developed collaboratively. Each organization and individual who regularly interacts with the customer somewhere is responsible for defining and executing his strategies and actions in collaboration with everybody else. And the progress on these actions is reviewed and updated on a regular basis. As a result, execution matches the field reality. In short, Global Partners helps you win the business you should at your strategic accounts. We help to make sure that you're in the customer's 60% zone by being a trusted business partner to those accounts. And we do this by helping you to align the knowledge about your account that already exists, by aligning all of your people who touch the customer and creating a shared understanding and vision for the account, and by ensuring that the strategies and actions to win more business and to improve your customer success are developed and executed collaboratively. Strategic account alignment is a logically organized and complete system that uses a blended learning approach to engage people with case studies and ebooks that root concepts into reality and simple, easy-to-use tools for application in daily life. And like all Global Partners programs, strategic account alignment is implemented in a learn, apply, embed, and support approach that ensures lasting behavior change. So ask yourself this question. Are you winning the business you should at your strategic accounts? If your answer is no, consider the opportunities you may be missing, then contact us to learn more about how we have helped clients to align their organizations and win more business.